back. This Top Smell Show is hot.
Lady Love.
String.
Today we got top 5 rock/metal drummers.
He's a guitarist.
Anybody play
Jokes already.
But y'all want to do the 5K salute?
Sure.
Let's do the 5K salute. We got.
Thank you all.
We're
It's
actually a
all because
little.
of
Yeah, we're a little behind though. We did a bunch of videos in one night and then it blew up. Yeah, like within a day of the first video that got posted, we hit our 5K. So then we're like, oh shit! Like,
that was
what now?
Like 2 weeks
we're
ago.
5,300.
Yeah,
We're a little over. That's all.
So yeah, y'all really took us to the next level.
Yeah, we
So
didn't think we could get there that quite.
so I think what we should do now is say, all right, 10K. This is 10K.
Yeah, man.
10K.
Next time we come back and do more videos, we'll have our 10K that way.
Well, it took us a
all
while.
right. That's a little bit much, but
And
But we never
We
thought
can
we'd get
only- yeah.
5,000, so.
Yeah.
also our friend Jerry Lambert thought he needed some cups to drink.
fuck Slayer.
Chili peppers.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jerry.
thank you, man.
Crude
This is going to be my sponsored cup for when I'm down here.
And we done decided, hey, Jerry got us these. He didn't know he got his shot glasses.
Yeah, we're turning these into shot glasses.
There are shot glasses for today.
And I got us a bottle of Whistle Pig. Put it in this. The bottle was, I didn't want to transport the whole bottle, so figured I'd just bring this little down here.
You might look like a drunk,
Yeah.
a
So
wino
we're
or
not
something.
filling up these whole cups, but we're going to do a shot.
I don't
for
think
Yeah.
you can get.
5K. So I don't know.
Whistle Pig's good.
I guess if we were a little bit more prepared, we already had that poured for ourselves
This is,
beforehand.
this is Whistle Pig, in case you wonder. I done cheated and had a little bit, so
Oh,
And I've had it also.
this is probably
Because,
some of the
this is my
smoothest-
first time. Oh, I got a book in mine.
well, that's protein.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's a Whistle Pig.
It's a one whistle.
I don't know where that some bitch came from.
I washed mine and hell, I got a little foam on mine. What did you have inside that damn thing? When was the last time you used it, Hop?
No, I washed it.
Woo wee.
All right,
Hell, that 100 proof, man, it'll kill everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I ain't worried about no little bit of bug here.
so
I've
this
had
is-
worse things in the system, so.
This is
Amen to
our
that.
5K salute.
To you all, man.
Thanks,
Wait a minute.
everybody.
Here we go.
Y'all ready?
Clink.
Bottoms up.
Thank you, y'all.
Cheers. Damn. Woo.
You can't go wrong with that. That's nice.
These cups aren't really made for shots, though.
Y'all pulling them chasers out.
Yep.
One's
Mine's
for-
beer, though. I got
Yeah,
a beer
you chase
chaser.
some beer.
Well, I done did some day drinking. I'm kind of beard out for you right now. Probably should have waited. But anyway, thanks again, Jerry.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Jerry.
And thanks for 5K.
yeah.
Y'all are awesome.
So, on to our 5 countdown.
Top 5.
Yep. So I'm going to go first. I did a game changer at the end.
Oh.
I figured, hell, she was good enough for Jimmy Page. She's good enough to make my countdown. We'll go with, I guess it's like, is it Akane? From
Akane.
Bandmade.
Akane.
I wondered if one of y'all was gonna
I
pick
thought
Bandmade.
about it doing that too, but
Man, she makes it look gravy. I mean, easy.
if I were to
She's
pick
great.
a drummer of somebody outside of, not that they're new to us, but somebody somewhat new to us within, a short period of time anyway, she would definitely be one of the ones that I would have picked.
Yeah, she gets it done. I mean, I think so. She gets it done well.
Yeah.
The whole band actually does, but yeah, she's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, Jimmy Page, specifically to watch her play live, and Ace picture taken with her, that was what he wanted to meet.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jimmy Page, he's played with
A lot of people.
Yeah, he's been there for a while, so.
He's played with one of the greatest.
Yeah, he has.
So if she's up there with John Bonham, she's okay in my book.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my number 5. The whole band made drummer.
And I guess so we were at work. I was talking about this with Matt, and we both came up right at the get-go saying Neil Peart, which we didn't know if that would count or not, from Rush. And then I also made a little reference to Bill Kreutzmann and Mickey Hart from The Dead. That don't count. So my first one was Bill Ward, keeping it true,
yeah.
Sabbath. Matt said the first one came out of his mouth was Vinnie, Pam fucking Terra. So
Hey, motherfucking dare.
So that was like with our firsts, but like none really in top or we're not really categorizing.
Mine,
Yeah, I was
mine
good.
are kinda in order, I guess.
Well, I don't know that mine are, but
Not really though.
Yeah, it's up to you.
oh, all right. I didn't know if you were done yet. So I kind of changed my this pick here. I don't know. I had somebody else in mind, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, this dude, he's been around for a very long time, still rocking it out. We saw him last year.
Almost.
And this dude has been in more. I thought that Portnoy had been in a lot of bands, but this dude's been in a lot of bands too. So yeah, I had to pick. We saw him, and the dude, he's still just tearing it up. I mean, the man is 70 years old, and he looks like he's in his 20s or 30s up there. I mean, this dude's killing it. So I went with Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah, he's always looked old.
I know. Even back in like when he was playing with Ozzy and White Snake back in the day, and yeah, he looked. I always called him a dinosaur, but the man. I don't think he's ever changed. His look has been the same ever since. But yeah, I didn't realize. I started like really looking up like who all he had played with, and I didn't realize he had played with like Black Oak, Arkansas, and Pat Travers, and he played with Ted Nugent. He's actually on some Motorhead. Jesus,
yeah, he had a resume before Whitesnake.
Yeah, like he had a long resume before Whitesnake. But yeah, he's been with Pat Travers, Gary Moore, Thin Lizzy, of course Ozzy and Whitesnake, John Sykes. He's played with him, so yeah, he's got a pretty good back catalog behind him.
And he even played with these. I think he played with these hands instead of sticks on part of the Whitesnake solo.
Yep, I know one thing. It's getting a little warm with that toboggan.
So
Wisp pigs kicking.
Spring. The Wisp pigs starting to warm the head up.
Yeah. Next one down. Y'all ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. So I just mentioned him a while ago. Let's go with the legendary John Bonham.
Hey, I thought about Bonham.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody said he's one of the hardest hitters in the business, and man, Led Zeppelin, we know who all they influenced them. They're kind of like Bill Ward.
Yeah.
Our tree was, you went the Zeppelin route, I went the Sabbath route. Go figure.
That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, then just metal in general, usually one or the two.
Yep.
So, legendary John Bonham came in at that time.
My second one that I came up with was Vinnie. I thought of Vinnie. So, and Matt thought of Bill Mansell from Sepultura. Mansell, I should say. And yeah, so that's all I really have to say about it. That's all I can say about that.
Most of the brass drummers, though, they're hard hitting.
Yeah.
Most of the guys are really good.
So my number 2 is going to be Dave Lombardo. And apparently he's the godfather of double bass. I think I'd heard that in the past, but I can't remember. It was some drum magazine or some drum
That's what we
group.
was talking about.
And it was funny, I actually had Lars for a while, and I still am going to say Lars. I'm gonna skip
I thought about him, but
because his double bassing, and that was what made me think of Lars.
But yeah, so and I didn't know. I mean, I knew when he left Slayer, he did the Grip Inc. thing for a little bit. But he had played with Apocalyptica. He played on a bunch of their albums. He was actually with Testament played some stuff with Testament there. He was with Suicidal there for a little bit, and he played with Mr. Bungle.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so Mike Patton.
Mike Patton, yeah. Go back to some Dillingers.
Yeah.
All right, so me and String were talking about this today.
Ain't Fake No More.
My next one, this is probably, if you never went and checked this guy out, you need to. Zoltan Channy. He plays, first time I saw him was with Hayden years ago when he was with Slaughter. And then I saw him with Slaughter and Vince Neil here recently. And he is just pure showman. He is a show in himself. I think we've even talked about him before on here. But yeah, if you want to go just punch in Zoltan Channy on YouTube.
I think you just put Zoltan crazy or insane drummer or something. You can punch in, just anything but drum and Zoltan, and you're gonna get some crazy
like this on the camera for backwards. Zoltan.
And I'm going to go ahead, and I forgot to put this one in there, I'm going to go ahead with Shannon Larkin. played with Ratchild. Now plays with Godsmack. He's a very good drummer.
We were talking about Ratchild yesterday, and
But I just wanted to plug him too. I just throw him in there.
Yeah, well, you and I talked today at lunch too, and I told you after I kind of picked all my people, like I kind of went through just to kind of see, like did a Google search of like top drummer lists, just to kind of see where mine fell in other people's lists or whatever, and I was really shocked that there was one list that I did come across that actually had him in there, and I was like, are they going to list Ratchild on there? And they actually listed Ratchild, so I thought, well, all right, that's good. So
I remember he come up to audition. Sully was talking about it, to audition for Godsmack, and they said he was just frail, looked strung out, and I think Sully's like, man, I don't think he's not gonna make the cut. He's not gonna make the cut. And he went and auditioned, and he blew everybody away. Sully was like, there was no chance for anybody else.
And see, Keith, we were out there talking. Well, we had heard Time, Floyd's Time, and then Matt played Pretty Light's sample version of it. And then I said, well, have you ever heard Ratchild America's version of it?
Yeah, if you haven't heard that, go listen
awesome.
to it. Yeah.
So then that's about the time when the internet broke at the kitchen, so we was like, fuck it, we went out for a cigarette. And Keith was out there, and we, Keith being an old metalhead too, we were talking about Ratchild. He was talking about like the first night that, they played metal, and the second night they played acoustic, and they were so fucked up, and dudes falling, the drummer was falling off the stage because, his habits were catching up with him. And Keith said that one of the things he said that he had heard through the days of Ratchild was they made Motley Crue look like like they didn't even do drugs, and nobody wanted to pick them up on the labels because they were so strung out and so drugged up, and like they partied even harder than the crew. So it's kind of funny that you actually put that in, the circles of.
And he actually played on Ugly Kid Joe also.
Yeah. Yep.
So I forgot to mention that also, but I just wanted to plug him also.
Now my next pick, I went with Daniel Edwin Curry from Tool. I think he's a badass drummer. I know that Tool I still would consider metal.
All right. I don't know if I consider them metal, but they're definitely
in the
heavy
metal
rock.
genre.
Yes, yeah.
They're more of the stoner, grungy, psychedelic.
And I got to say, you're the only person I've ever heard call him Daniel Edwin.
Yeah, I just got it written.
Carey.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him Danny Carey.
Yeah, Danny Carey.
You're the only person
I went full name. I went with a sir.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
And then Matt's other one was Timothy Java from Darkest Hour. Listen to some of them, that very melodic, screamo, but blast beats from, nice drumming. Man, he's phenomenal.
I can't remember. There was a song that. Are they still around?
I have no idea.
I remember hearing them years ago, and I can't remember what the song was, but there was a song that came out that I'd heard, and I really enjoyed that song. But it wasn't a band that I had a lot of access to, I guess.
Right.
And I think that was early internet days, and whatever that one song was, I really enjoyed. I think I ended up downloading it somewhere. I can't remember I'll have to look that up now.
Yeah, I was really impressed with it because I didn't really listen to too much of them, and so I sat down the other night and actually listened to them. They're really good.
So, all right, and mine number 3, Vinnie Paul. I'm just going ahead and bust mine in there.
Yeah, I thought you were Vinnie
Paul.
There,
yeah.
I see Hops over here. I had that one in my head also.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not include the man? I mean, the man had a sound all of his own, and I mean, you look when metal went sideways. Grunge was coming in, and everybody was trying this and trying that, and Pantera just said, "Fuck y'all, we're doing our thing. We don't give a shit what y'all think."
And they held the flag.
And they held that flag hard.
When they had them grooves, I mean, not only was Dime's riffs groovy, Vinny's drum.
Oh yeah,
his drum beats
he's a man that
groovy.
I mean. There's definitely plenty of them that you can tell when you listen to him, but he's definitely one of those that his sound, it's like that. You got it.
He's got
it's
like the trot double bass. I always called it.
And his sound was always just like, kick you in the balls.
Well, I don't know where I read this, but I think he had $50 bills, not $50 bills, $50 coins taped to his drum heads, his bass drum heads. That's how he got that
sound.
really unique sound that he's got that nobody else has got.
I can get it.
And I think it's time for Hop to throw it out now too.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah,
while we're on it,
Yeah, while we're on it, I'm going with Vinnie Paul. I mean, damn, that tells you, if he made all 3 of our countdowns, that tells you.
All 4
how
really,
much-
because
Yeah.
Matt even
And
threw
Matt
me
is.
out. So
And you know what's cool is the brothers make, because I'm
Yeah.
of the top 5 guitarists,
Yeah.
Dimebag was on
yeah,
there. So
yeah.
that tells you how much of an impact they left.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, and I don't know. I'm not a musician, but he's not what I would call an influence on me. But he was a very big impact. That whole band was a big impact in my musical,
Growing up.
journey. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the first time that I heard it, I was like, I think because I don't even think it was Cowboys that I heard first. I think you gave me somebody that you worked with was selling like Vulgar, I think it was. And you're like, here, somebody was selling this if you want it.
Yeah, because I already had it.
That you already had, yeah. And so I was like, damn, like, and then it was like, holy shit, like, the more I listened to it, I was like, oh, yeah, this, like, so I started there and then went backwards and forward from there. But, I mean, and it just, like, it's one of those very, like, one of those bands that just opens your eyes, like, and it's like,
Yeah,
holy
it-
shit.
I mean, he just shoved it down your throat from the first time.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
that he grew. He was just already there.
Yeah. And then when, you listen to those, like, from Cowboys on, and then you go back and you hear, like, the earlier stuff that was more like hair metal kind of sound and stuff. But even when you go back and listen to those and come forward through them, you see the progression and where it went. And and it's still there.
There's Definitely.
Yeah.
they're
these last 3 mornings, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow,
Okay, Google, play the Great Southern Trendkill. At 5 o'clock in the morning, when Phil starts
Yeah.
off with a wow, and then you got Vinny. Sorry, pounding on the table. It's just like, whoa, okay, I'm up. Let's get ready for the day.
That's a good eye opener.
That's a good eye
That's like
opener.
listening to like Seasons in Abyss or something like
Well,
that.
the other week I was listening to that Slaughter to Prevail to open
Yeah,
up.
there,
That
that's good.
Demolisher. That'll get you up out of bed too,
Yeah,
man.
well, listen to that Infinite Annihilator too. That'll get you awake too.
Somebody else that watches us left a comment that was heavy as shit.
Oh man, yeah. So I guess it's up to me now, right?
Yeah.
So I went with Robert Montez of Ginger. I decided to go instead of with the Lars and trying to go with the ones that I grew up with to start to.
That's good.
So I put in Robert Montez of Ginger. That blast beats, man. I'm hooked on blast beats, man. I love it. I even watched videos on how to do it.
Yeah,
so.
he's got some good technical skills there.
He does, and he does a lot of that ghost beat
Band's
stuff
very
too.
technical.
That
Yeah,
whole band's
yeah.
badass. So, and then Matt went with Timothy, either Art Cruz or Chris Adler, the early Lamb of God, like the Burn the Priest. So I guess we'll
That would've
Chris
been Chris,
Adler.
yeah.
So that was like Matt's other one that he went with. So that was, yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay. So my number 4, not in any order, Mike Portnoy. The man is a beast. He's a very technical drummer, very talented, and I don't know that the man knows how to say no to music because this man is in so many freaking bands. Like I thought when I was reading through Tommy Aldridge, I knew Mike Portnoy had been in a lot of bands, and I read Tommy, I was like, damn, this dude's been in a lot of bands too. But then I was like going through the list of bands that Portnoy had been in, and there was a couple I didn't even know he was in, but I knew he had a lot of side projects. Not all of them were put out and whatnot, but I ran out of fingers and toes to write down, but just some of them, Dream Theater, obviously, and then Sons of Apollo, that's one of my newer favorite Portnoy projects. Metal Allegiance, if y'all haven't heard any of that stuff, go check that out because that's really good. BPMD, that was the new one. We talked about that one in one of our other videos with now I can't think of all the people that was in it. I know I'm drawing a blank on Bobby Blitz was in it, and they did all those cover songs on there. Liquid Tension Experiment, Liquid Trio Experiment, I didn't know about that one. I knew he filled in for the Rev in Avenged Sevenfold, Flying Colors. I hadn't heard any of that stuff. So there's some of these bands like I want to go back and check out and just see what that stuff sounds like. But
See what
and then
it's
the
on,
Winery
the
Dogs,
repertoire.
the Winery Dogs. I mean, because him and what's the bass player?
Which one? Oh, Billy Sheen.
Billy Sheen. So and he's in Sons of Apollo too. So
Billy Sheen's on a level.
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
on the
and
next play.
there's
And
more
since
than
Apollo was one of your
that's
one of your picks, from one
Yeah.
of the other things that we did.
yeah, they're pretty damn good. John Sykes, he's no slouch. The man's been in a pile of stuff too. So, so it
stars.
sounds like we're gonna have to do us a bass.
Yeah, because we've done guitars.
now.
Have we
Yeah.
done singers?
Yeah.
We've done
Well,
singers.
That's just me.
That was you two did singers.
That was just
So.
recently.
All right, so I guess it's up to you. Get off the damn internet.
No, he's looking up the list.
List.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you'd be in one.
Settle down over there, bitches.
Settle down, baby.
So we decided we'd do a hot smell show posting. I'll make you read all this. Since
No, I
you
don't.
got
I don't want to read.
But,
Reading is hard.
Reading is hard.
we had 25 comments. That's pretty freaking
That's good.
awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
very good. Yes.
So, Randy Hartman right at the top, where he should be, I guess.
Yeah.
He's a very strong flag flyer.
Eric Carr.
Go figure.
All right, Scott Weingard said this is a tough one. He's gonna go Phil Taylor of Motorhead. How influential he was
Yeah.
to the drummers following him. West Up put Michael May.
Hey,
All right.
there
So
you
Michael
go.
May said, West Up, I have to say you got excellent taste.
That's funny.
John
That's
Page
good,
said, being a drummer, I picked prog, heavy metal heavy, etc. Prog is a tough one. Neil Peart,
Neil Peart.
Neil
There we
Peart,
go.
Portnoy, or
That point.
Ehart.
Ehart.
Must
I'm
be
not
a
sure.
prog drummer,
I'm not familiar with that name, so I'm
And
not sure who
he
it is.
mentioned Portnoy filled in for the Rev. He said, as far as metal, Jimmy the
Where's
Rev,
this dude that you just talked
Sullivan from Vince Sevenfold.
Portnoy.
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he's talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Filled
Yeah.
in. And he was, he was kind of teeter around there too, because he's really awesome.
Who was that one you was talking about there? The last one.
Rev.
Oh yeah, Rev.
He's just got his whole name wrote out. And he said heavy Dave Lombardi. Tyler Anderson, workmate. Dave Grohl. And I always say Dave Grohl was the talent in Nirvana.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah, he was. The man's just talented altogether. Yeah, he's got.
He's got a confession to make.
He likes Mentos. And it said musically, Fred put musically Vinnie Paul. He said the group that was Pantera technically, Mike Portnoy of the shit he pulled off in Dream Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Gamble, Tommy Aldridge. Here's the list that he's got. Black Oak, Arkansas, White Snake, and Ozzy, True Pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Ford said he's going with Randy Hartman, Eric Carr, and Dan Kreider.
That's the name that I didn't see on any. I only looked at maybe 3 lists, and I didn't see his name ever listed on
Who,
any.
Bill?
No, Eric Carr.
No.
Oh, Eric Carr.
And Danny Kreider put Bill Ward. He went with Love.
Mm-hmm.
And Spike put shit the one-armed bandit. And in case y'all don't know, Spike out there in the internet world,
Huge.
Spike is, big Def Leppard fan
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah.
Him and his cousin Amanda.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I'm sure she'd say the same thing. Jason Klein, Neil Peart, number 1 in my book.
Yeah.
Michael Durr, Bonham.
Another good one.
Yep.
David Brannon, Bonham.
Yep.
He said, I'm rolling with Bonzo.
The Bonzo.
Look there. Pa from The Warning by Frank Jimenez.
Wow. Nice.
Rocks. Stevie Good, John Bonham.
A lot about him on the 25 list.
Jesse Daniels says Scott Travis with Priest.
Wow. Okay.
He's been on some lists that I saw.
Chris from Musicland, John Bonham.
There you go. John Bonham's getting a big hit
Yeah,
on
he
there.
is, man. On
He's
the
getting a lot of love in this one. Bernard Hughes, Lala.
Frisknich.
From Burning Witches. We're not going to try to butcher her name anymore.
Just Burning Witches.
Yeah.
Bobby Rubel, Neil Peart.
Go for it again, man.
Angela's going with Steve Good, which Steve Good said Bonham.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tracy Robinson, Tommy Lee, which is getting ready to get some love.
I was gonna say I knew that on your list that would be on there,
And
but
I
I'm
thought-
really shocked that nobody else had said it before her. Or you said that wasn't? Yeah, Tracy.
Tracy Robbins.
Jerry Lambert, Dave Lombardo.
Yeah.
Good job, Jerry.
Robert Ford he wanted to plug in.
He won
Lombardo.
twice.
And
Ain't nothing wrong with two loves.
Jared Bowman agrees with Robert Ford. I think he's overlooked. One of my favorites as well. His work on Creatures of the Night is amazing. So there you go. That was awesome.
Yeah,
list.
that was an
Thanks
awesome
for
list.
Participation.
Yeah, and if you're not already on the Facebook group,
Yeah, good job.
Join it.
get on over there.
Yeah, we'll do random
Sign
stuff
up.
like that. I've got some other stuff in the mind, but we're doing the priest maiden thing right now, and more it's growing. It's gonna be good before too long.
Well, the good thing is you're seeing new names
Yeah,
and more participation,
And that's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah, that is very
It's
awesome.
growth is good. So
yeah, because the Facebook page is starting to grow too. People really plugging stuff and introduced me like 4-Barrel Granny. I didn't know who 4-Barrel Granny was.
But
we're
I
gonna
love the
find
name.
out tonight.
I forgot to put it on there.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll get it
But
there.
yeah, in case y'all haven't checked them out, if you're like the Rob Zombie, maybe Alice Cooper, but it's more along the lines of Rob Zombie, but it's the whole
Like
shock
rock
thing.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Even though nothing's shocking no more.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
what everybody
Well, we're
says.
definitely gonna check that out now. So,
All right,
I gotta see
so
that.
shit, everybody knows who I'm
well,
gonna be.
yeah. I was gonna say that's the last one, so I guess we're gonna.
Yeah.
The man who
The
made
upside down.
who made the
roller
drummer
coaster
part
ride.
of the band in the 80s. It's gotta be Tommy Lee.
Yeah. I thought of Tommy too, but like I said, I tried to switch up and go
Yeah.
with some newer.
I mean, Tommy created Zoltan, I figure. I mean, as far as the two remind me of each other. There's so much showmanship.
Yeah, I think Zoltan takes it a different route than what Tommy did, but Tommy, his level of taking it to this direction and Zoltan's direction is over here, but they're both accelerating up to a high level.
Yeah, Tommy.
And you
In
think that's
showmanship.
being upside down. That
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
mind blowing at that time.
That's what I'm
period.
saying. Zoltan's not getting on roller coaster. His budget's over here.
Right.
Tommy had a little bit higher budget,
Right.
so you got to do what you got to do. So
And as far as if you talk to people that play in bands and know a lot about music, I've always heard that Tommy was really important to the creation of the crew. As far as timing and keeping everything together. Him and Mick were a big part of that because Tommy had he had that high school training, so he had timing down. And now just what he's doing, he's like I said, when the drummer's probably more popular. Oh, hands down more popular than the
Yes,
guitars,
yeah.
maybe even the
Singer
singer.
too.
yeah.
I mean, that's unheard of. So, Tommy Lee.
And then my last one that I went with was I'm gonna butcher this. Antoine Potaticia from the Slaughterproof Rail. Like I know I didn't say his name right.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you
Yeah,
what his name.
Antoine Tisha. I can't say
Yeah.
it. But
That dude that plays really, really fast.
yeah, that dude's that dude's really fast, man. Machine gun
After
fast.
he goes,
Because again, that blast beats. I've gotten kind of hooked
You
on the blast.
gonna be buying your drum set here soon, aren't you?
Yeah, Hop's gonna love that down there. Like I said, I've been learning. It's not in the wrist; it's in the elbow.
Yeah.
Because you'll break them wrists.
Yeah.
You gotta. and they
Well,
show
it's
that-
more about it's like light wristed, but
Yeah, and they were showing like you want the stick to hit on the outside and come down, and then come back up. So it's like
but don't lose
stay
it.
tuned for more
ting.
drumming tips from Love.
Yeah, with my fingers.
We might just do a show on itself. Drumming with love.
That's right. So get some
be-
pots
yeah,
and pans
yeah.
out and go at it. And Matt never, he couldn't. I kept going. Give me a fifth one. All right. And well, yeah. Today's
We'll just say the last two was a combo. That was
Yeah,
4 and
the
5.
two,
Art
yeah.
Cruz and
Yeah,
Chris
because he
Adler.
had Lamb of God and Burning Priest.
Yeah.
So that's mine. Like,
All right.
Like Dennis Miller used to do. Yeah, we're out of here.
And we're
That's
out
what
of here.
Randy used to do too. He'd read the number one and just throw it out.
Throw it out. Throw it on the ground.
When it all first started.
Yep. All right, my last one, Zoltan.
Zoltan.
The dude's a beast. I mean, you and I were talking about it at lunch today. beforehand, we didn't know each other's lists, but today we were talking at lunch. We didn't say specifically, but we were throwing little hints, and then was like, all right, I thought he was talking about somebody else. I thought he was talking about Tommy Aldridge at first, but then he said something different, and I was like, oh, I know exactly who you're talking about now. And I was like, yep, that's the same person I got on my list. And, and it's like I told you today. It was like, it's not like he's just all showmanship. You can't do that and still sound good if you're not good at what you do.
To start with.
Exactly. So the dude, I'm saying, again, go watch the videos and watch what this dude does. If you're not familiar with him, he's phenomenal. He's just crazy.
I remember when we saw him, because that was really one of the first times Hayden was older, and we was front row for Slaughter. And I was down there, and I was kind of watching Slaughter, and the next thing you know, I'm looking back, and I see the drummer up beating his foot against the cymbal, and he's got the cymbal stand playing, and he's keeping doing and everything. And I'm like, hey, check out the drummer, dude. I was like, he's more exciting than the band, than the rest
Well,
of the
and that's when we saw him at M3. I just watched him. I didn't even pay attention to everybody else on the stage because, he's just a show and it's all in itself. Like, I would have paid money just to watch him go up there and just do shit by himself with nobody else.
Yeah, in my mind, the stuff he's doing. So, guess
That's a good list. I mean,
was.
Yeah.
some similar, some that we knew.
Well, Vinnie.
Yeah, Vinnie was just strong all the way through.
And I knew going into this that we were definitely going to have different, and we would probably share a few. I thought we might share maybe two across the board, but I knew we were going to spread out a little bit more, especially you, because I know you got your hands in a lot of other.
Well, I tried to keep it more in the metal.
Well, I know you would have went a different route. Obviously, you're talking about Grateful Dead and in your jam band stuff, but yeah, I think it shows diversity in the music world and how much choices you have.
Oh yeah.
The thing that amazed me when I did the list was how strong John Bonham was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and I everybody knows he was a kick-ass drummer.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I could have sat there and said, Bill War and Bonzo, but there again.
We was only giving them one. We was only giving them one drummer to pick from.
Yeah.
I mean, here we had five, to pick from. They're like one, and it's like, all the ones with John Bonham. And it's like, wow. Except for the one-armed bandit.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I respect the shit out of him.
I tell you what,
overcome what he overcame.
Yeah. And the show, and that's what I've always said about Def Leppard. Like them or not, that shows integrity on a band. When your drummer loses his arm, and they say, take the time you need.
Yeah.
And they didn't give up on him.
Yep.
They did not give up on him, man.
Exactly.
Where a lot of bands would have just said, "Hey,
sorry, you're out the door.
You're out. We got to show."
Well, I don't know the full extent of the situation. We always kind of hear what we hear through the news outlets, but like Chris Adler, he was in a motorcycle accident, I think it was. And he was out for a little while, and then it's like, Chris got kind of kicked out of the band. And his brother's in the band too. And it's like, you don't always know the full story, but it's kind of like, it's like, it's not just a band. It's a business. It's a business, and a lot of, it's hard for us to look at it that way because we're not in that business. Yeah, we're in the business of buying the music because we love the music, and so and so there's a lot of times where those members are they're gone, and you don't always know why, but there's things
financial disagreements,
and for them to actually say, what
is it,
artistic
conflicts, differences,
whatever,
And that's usually the saying we don't get along.
We don't like each other.
So for them to say, hey, we're going to do what we can. You persevere and you get through this, and we'll wait for you.
Yeah.
That shows
dignity and respect, integrity.
Yes, you're our guy.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. Definitely.
And maybe the record label might not have been looking at it the same way, but
because that's who wants that franchise and that business and that production.
That's their business. So they're the one losing money. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think in the end they came out ahead.
Yeah, when they came back with Hysteria, I mean that was
they did all right.
To the moon, Alice.
Yeah, I don't think they regret that move at all.
Well, we're in the almost 35-minute period.
Wow.
We rambled
Don't
long
take
enough.
long. Yeah.
Ramble on.
Ramble on.
I guess we won't plug a whole bunch. Just thanks, Rob.
And thanks everybody. 5,000.
Thank you all.
It's
Y'all.
Thank you, Jerry,
All
for the
y'all.
cups.
Jerry.
Yeah. My new
Man.
sponsored cup for the metal show.
Jerry, he thought we needed to be
Hydrated.
well hydrated and not having whatever raggedy container we
I
use.
usually just drink out of the cans or
So he thought we
bottles.
needed to be a little bit more professional since we had a music channel.
Yep.
So
Yeah, well, you know, hey, we can
made us professional.
we can
right.
probably
We're professional
slap a
now.
Hops Metal Show sticker on there somewhere too.
I was trying to
you know.
think that too, but there's stickers on both sides. Of
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought
like
that too.
you can cover up the measurement. I don't need the measurement
That's
thing.
true.
Well, the other side don't have nothing.
Yeah, well, we can figure
Get our intake,
We'll figure it out.
our 22 ounces.
Yeah, thanks again for everybody watching, and thanks for everybody subscribing and tuning in and commenting, and also comment your favorite drummer.
Yeah, put
Yeah.
it down in these
Facebook.
comments.
Definitely
man.
put that down there.
I don't think John. I'm guessing John Bonham might not run as strong in them comments, but he might. He's pretty.
Might get some props, man.
He'll get some love for sure.
Yeah.
But just like Pa and Kane and all them, we know they'll get love.
Yeah. There's so, and that's the thing, man. There's so many good
You
drummers
could just
out
keep
there.
going.
Yeah, I could go make a new list tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, I had Tommy, I had Lars, and it was like I just don't want to stay in that 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
What
Well,
I grew up on.
And that's why when I looked at Tommy, I really didn't have. I had a lot, not so much new, but I didn't really have, like John Bonham or somebody like that in there. But I was like, I got to go somebody that's up there, that's been around for a long time that maybe doesn't get enough love. And
Jakey Lee?
Yeah,
well, if we was talking about
right.
guitar players, he'd be up there too. Yes, I agree. But yes, and I just wanted to show some love to him because that dude's been around, and he's no slouch.
Well, damn. All right.
Y'all want to roll down here?
Let's do it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, man.
Until next time.
Like, subscribe. Hate.
Hey.
Stay strong.